Hey guys, Kern here. I post homerecordingweekly.com website and podcast. Today I am reviewing Producing Pop. It is from Kris Crunk and released by Kevin Wood, the mix coach. If you would, if you're on YouTube or something like that, then please head over to homerecordingweekly.com. Go to the review page. It's right here by pushing on there. And if you scroll down to Producing Pop, it'll take you over to my review, where there's a bunch of images, video by video complete breakdown of content, and of course the links over to the product. If you like, you can join. Just give me your information here and you can download your free acoustic room treatment made easy ebook that I've written. It basically details how I, for about $100 or less, completely treated my recording and mixing space, and it also details everything you will need to treat in your room. So let's get into this review of Producing Pop from Kris Crunk and the Mix Coach. Alright, I'm not going to do a lot of rambling here because we are limited to time. However, first I need to tell you what this video series is about. He gets a stereo track from an artist and basically does what's called a pull. He shows you how he recreates the song from scratch. It's basically MIDI production. How you and I do this in our home studios, or how we can do it, and it gives you an inside look at what's going on in Nashville with producing songs, whether it's hip hop, R&B, whatever it is you produce. This is a pop song, but it doesn't matter. He breaks it down. The thing I like most about this 7 video series is that there's a bunch of micro video training videos in here. You get a look at a lot of great tips and tricks on using virtual instruments and layering MIDI, writing with MIDI, all things MIDI basically, and then layering instruments, layering samples on top of each other. Really, really, really great in-depth training video series here. So let's go ahead and see what you can find in video 1, and I'll stop talking.
So when I start a pop song like this, the first thing that I do is I import in the guide track or the demo that's sent to me. And sometimes they've already got a track programmed with sort of some ideas.
So he does that, and then he sets the song to a grid, as you see here. Another thing I really liked about this video series, if you look here, is you get a look at his home studio. You actually get to see him working sometimes, finding samples in MIDI, but it's nice to actually see that he's in a home recording studio. At least I thought it was. So let's continue on.
Before we move on to the next section, where I build the foundation of the track, really, we need something to build on. I like to find a sound that is either a piano scratch part, or in this case, the guitar part is going to give me enough to work with so I can get started. So I want to go ahead and lay that down. If you play guitar, or plugin also called Real Guitar, and we're going to use that in a minute, but as well, I'm going to use that in this song as well. But I got this plugin because I wanted a softer guitar sound. The Real Guitar, it's really great. It cuts, but it can be a little brittle sometimes. So I found that this one was a little bit softer, and it can do some cool things. So we'll take a listen to my little guide here, and you can hear that the very first part of the song is really just this acoustic guitar. And so let's go ahead and get that first part done.
And as you can see, track by track, things start coming together. First he does the guitar, and then I think it's the bass, and then some drums and pianos, and we're going to keep moving right along here. And forgive me for skipping around. I'm pushing pause and then moving around in these videos, but this is video 3, and I'm going to continue to kind of jump around and chop it up a little bit, and please forgive me for that.
Almost a hair too hot, so I wanted to show you. It's really not bad, but it jumps up just every now and then. So let me show you how I would fix that. Get the grabber long. So let me listen here. So that's just a 4 on the floor groove. So let me go ahead and let's do a bar or 2 of that. I'll go ahead and turn down our guide way down. I might keep a little bit of it in there, especially when we get to the chorus.
And as you saw, track by track, and he lays the MIDI down, but then he goes in and doctors it up and gets it to sit perfectly in a mix. And again, so many great looks or inside tips on producing and writing and workflow, and I could just go on and on. But let's continue. This is video 4.
And it was an easy choice for me. So, I have an engineer in town that is a world-class engineer friend, and he tracked orchestras all over the world. And every time I go to a session that he's tracking, he's using different mics or a different setup or different positions, and necessarily need that hi-hat. But this is sort of like a 3-section chorus, 3 sections of 4 bars. So this next section, they introduce the hi-hat. Just a really simple quarter note thing, just to give it a little lift.
And maybe you just heard there, he does like micro lessons constantly on things like what to listen for, how to hear, how to find and layer things up to match what you're hearing. And it's going to take some time, but it was great information, and I'm glad I know it now. And what I meant by take time is it's going to take me time to learn how to hear as well as he does, but the foundation is there, the groundwork is there, and it was all so very easy to understand. He's a great teacher as well as a great producer. So I'm going to move on and stop talking. This is actually video 5 now.
We're back, guys. I wanted to do one more thing with the drums. After we left, I remembered that there was one more drum part that's what I've done is, but what is cool about it is you can actually load your drumsticks, your brushes, your rods. One of the things that I did, because I wanted it to kind of cut through the track, and I wanted it MIDI adjustment. I took this and then you hear the ring, and you.
And I didn't mention there's a lot of great EQ tricks included here as well. Just he gives us everything that makes his layering cut through in a mix, and how to fix and improve your samples as well as everything. So here we are, video 6, and again, forgive me for jumping around in these videos. I'm simply trying to find parts and click through, and I don't want to reveal his hand, but I want you definitely to get to know what the content is in these videos. So here we go.
We are back, and hopefully to finish this tune up or get real close in this session. Let's go back to our little groups here. We got our kick, we got our whole loop, kick, snare, hat, tambourine. That's done. Check the. And it's that delay, kind of ethereal, and when you're doing lifts or you're doing songs that need to sound just like the original, through and literally just kept scrolling, and I was thinking, I don't know if I'm going to find this sound, and I came upon this pretty terrible sound.
So you heard it there. He calls it a lift, and that's when you get a stereo track and you write a song from that track. You virtually track it up track by track, but just so much incredible content in there from an insider, from a Nashville guy, and it was fantastic. I can't say enough good about it. Please head over to homerecordingweekly.com. Check out the review that I've typed up for you. It breaks everything down video by video. And then you can also go to and use the links that are provided there for you, and actually go over and see all the products that Kevin Ward, the mix coach, has. And on the website, there's a bunch of things over there that have really helped me learn how to be a better recording and mixing artist, engineer, whatever. And they look like ads, but they're not. They're all over here on the right-hand side. These are links to reviews. All of these things have really, really helped me tremendously. Anyway, thank you for your time and for checking out Producing Pop, 7 video series from the mix coach and Kris Crunk, the Nashville producer. Anyway, thanks for your time and have a great day.